started building the show in June, and we build everything ourselves. We design all of our own lighting, all of the electrical. So it's everything that is here has a bit of love, the hard work.
Right.
But yeah, our setup backstage is definitely a big deal.
Okay.
I did read about your history with Lightwire, that you were involved with theater in New York, and then you started the concept of it, and then you moved to New Orleans. When did you move the company to New Orleans?
Right after Katrina, right?
Yeah. We've lived here our whole lives. We're born and raised. But yeah, it was right after Katrina. I think that we were trying to build the show in New York, and that was almost impossible because, taking 2 cabs with all of our stuff to go rehearse for 2 hours in a studio that you rented. And we also really, we wanted to come back home and help rebuild the city. So it was, it was right. Those
Worked
two
out.
just-
The timing was good. We were in the last 6 months of our run of moving out, the Broadway show I did. And when that closed, it seemed like a logical time. We missed home so much, and so it seemed logical. And we came back here, and we had space and just a community that was interested in seeing us grow. So it was good.
And what was the theater scene like back then?
I think Loyola was the only thing that didn't flood uptown. So in Dixon Hall, so it was
everybody
pretty
was
bleak.
using Dixon Hall.
Yeah, it was.
But the spirit of these people doesn't die easy, what I love about theater is that in wartime that people turned to it. It was their television, it was their internet, that kind of thing, and when you don't have all those other things just at your fingertips like we do today, then you can start to go back to something like that, And that's really with our medium. We have the opportunity to turn a new generation on to theater in a way that, I'm used to, we're used to showing kids ballet, that kind of thing. And so, I don't have any pants on and, that kind of thing.
Well,
and,
tights.
Right, but, from the kids' perspective. So with this medium, you get to really wow them visually, but you still have to deliver a story, and we're up against DVDs and
Video
computers
games,
and just cell phones and everything else that takes people away from the human experience. So anything we can do to get people back into the theater, and make new fans as well. So, we always build our shows for adults, really, but because we're from a ballet background, where we tell stories wordlessly, and that really bridges a whole lot of gaps internationally, of course. But we always want to be theater that the the parents and the kids equally enjoy, but for different reasons.
And since you started doing this, the show's gone all over the world, and you got to go on America's Got Talent, and you got pretty high up, right?
Yeah, we finished in the top 8, and we had a great time. The judges they were great to us. They just loved us the whole way through, and it was a new thing for us. I've dealt with television before, but with this particular medium and us dealing with the national media, that kind of thing, it was good for us in that way. The main thing for us was to represent ourselves well, not say anything stupid, and represent our city. And that was a nice reaction when we came home. That they liked that that this weird thing that we do was representing New Orleans. Costumes and weird characters, and but really cool. And we have such a different city than the rest of the United States that it worked out for us. We were very flattered that they thought that.
So, do you think that this show is going to fit in very well with that love people have for Christmas here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're excited to start a tradition here with our show at the Joy, and you know the show is based around characters that make this their home. So we have lots of New Orleans references, and it's really a show for us, for our city. So we feel like it'll fit in very nicely. Yeah.
Right. And part of the proceeds are going to the Contemporary Arts Center.
That's right.
Why did you want to donate to them?
Well, they actually were the first to really come on board and support us with performing in the city, and they have sponsored us in performing our other two shows. So we love them. They've given us rehearsal space. It was just a natural, and when we told them we had this opportunity, the Joy said, "Well, look, let's get them on board. Let's make this good for everyone." So it's been, I think, a win-win situation.
You know, something that's neat just about the show in general is that everything is built by the cast.
That's what
So,
I'm saying. Yeah.
so yeah, that's you know, we don't farm anything out. So it's a neat side note, and it's also really nice for us because we don't, you know, we're very proud of the final product when we put it on stage. Everybody's invested their time and energy into creating all that stuff. So it's you know, it's a good feeling.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank
We
you,
really
yeah.
appreciate it.
It's really,
Without you, we're just making stuff.
Right.